There's our little friend this morning, Chicken Little. Okay, guys, we're ready to go. You know, there's a lot of FUD going on out there.
A lot of FUD.
Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But you know what? I think the market's consolidating, frankly.
It is.
It is.
You know, it's not a bad market when you look at what we've been through. And I think we've showed that chart before, fellas. We showed that chart where we organically, since we got in back in April, you know, goes up, and then all of a sudden it made a kick, and then whoop, sorry to get in front of your face, but you know, it really kicked up there. And everybody that's fudding out there, they're telling, you know, lies out of school. They're, you know, telling stories out of school. They are basing it on that big spike. You don't base anything on a big spike. That's just, all we had is a drawback or a pullback. That's all.
Yeah, what we're dealing with is people that are used to trading in the market. And we have a lot of people that have no idea on how to trade in the market. And once they see it dip, you know, because they're so used to their money going up, they're going to pull out. And then you got the people that's experienced trader, they're pulling out on purpose. They're selling and making money. So if you take those two things together, you know, you got a market decline.
But think about this too, guys. We talked about this too. Was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the market cap was almost at 800 billion.
That was crazy.
Now it's at 584.
Well, yeah, there it is.
So where did all that money go?
They just moved somewhere else. They didn't leave the market.
There you go. Somebody, you know what we're talking about, there's got to be a group of people who can do that.
Well, you know that Chicago, what is
Exchange.
it? The
CME.
Mercantile exchange.
Mercantile exchange.
right. That situation just ended. It was supposed to throw everything in a haywire. Hasn't done it.
Not done
it.
Hasn't done it. Matter of fact, we got we're sitting here at 11.2. We've been sitting at 11.2 on Bitcoin.
There you go.
For weeks, it seems like.
Now wait a minute, guys. You know that's still phenomenal.
Well, yeah. We hoped it would be 10,000 at the end of the year. Remember, we talked like
we
that.
said it's going to get to 10.
But see,
People
cryptocurrency
were saying
market,
we were crazy at the time.
yeah, it can spoil you because we know last year Bitcoin was under $1,000.
Yeah, this time last year was $900.
Yeah, and so we didn't got spoiled and excited when we see all these kind of things. We see all these kind of things, and we think, what's going on in the market? It's still growing.
Well, I think we're spoiled.
Yeah.
We're a little spoiled, man. When you
Very spoiled.
When you're, you know, the story I told when I was going on that trip and I was using that card and I couldn't spend the money fast enough.
And it was still going up.
I mean, that's like living in Disney World, and you know, it's like unicorns and you know, rainbows. That's not reality. The reality is that this is a legitimate market where people are trading value in companies that are tech based on a whole new criteria called the blockchain.
It's the blockchain.
This is the beginning.
It's the beginning. It's a new industry.
You ever notice when you say blockchain to somebody?
They still like, what?
I mean, they just glaze over. What in the heck are you talking about?
I was talking with a guy. He was in IT. I said, man, you know anything about blockchain? He was, huh? He didn't know. I said, you're in IT. You need to start checking this out, blockchain. I said all this is new to a lot of things. So a lot of these coins are started in their roadmap. A lot of them have everything in place. So that's why you got a lot of ups and downs in this market because everything is adjusting. Bitcoin is adjusting, Ethereum is adjusting, Ripple is adjusting, Bitcoin Cash is adjusting.
It's fluid situation. It's a fluid situation. Absolutely fluid.
Let me give you an example of if I was to go make an album, you know, sing a song. You guys really don't want me singing.
No. But I'll tell you how to get it done.
But say you put a song out, right? It took somebody. Look at all the players that's in us. It had to be played on the radio, the internet, the the CD had to be made. Look at
You had to have the session in the
whole
studio. You had to
process.
mix it all down.
Yeah.
All of that. There's a lot of process in it.
So take that and put that in cryptocurrency and all the different things that have to evolve and happen for this stuff to really take off.
It's
It's the same thing.
It's like success.
Mhm.
You know, success. A lot of people go, "Oh, look at him, man. He's a success overnight." No, no. You didn't know when that guy was staying up late studying
Yep.
his craft.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You didn't see the times when he was rejected because, you know, somebody didn't think he had the right resume.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, you don't see the 3 or 5 or 10 years of them getting better at what they do.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden they got a few lucky things, they got a few planned things, and all of a sudden the stars aligned and bingo, they're a success. But then everybody notices it then.
Mhm.
Then it hits the newspaper, and then people talk about it, ask them to be on the talk show, and it's like, where did this guy come from?
Yep.
And that's what they're going to do with Bitcoin.
Well, the key
Yeah.
too,
In
guys.
cryptocurrency, they're going to go, how did I miss?
Yep.
How did I miss that?
Mhm.
Well, you can't play this blindly.
No,
Mhm.
it's too
Yeah,
messy for
it's-
that at this
yeah,
point.
it's-
We're a
it's-
pioneer.
Yeah, you can't because you're in the forefront of this, and it takes time. You got to share the information that you
Yep.
get. You got to gather information,
Yep.
and you gotta still keep moving, man. Because, like you said, we're used to standing in line at a McDonald's and get a hamburger in 3 minutes.
Instant everything.
Yeah, instant everything. And then don't get me wrong, because you can go on YouTube now and they're telling you how you can become a millionaire easily through the cryptocurrency market. So people going in there diving in and say, man, I'm gonna be a millionaire in 90 days. Right? 90
That
days.
don't even sound right.
But they wouldn't know what to do with $1 million anyway, but just said they're gonna be a millionaire in 90 days. And so that's part of the frenzy that's going on in the cryptocurrency market. But then we also have to remember, only 1% of the world is doing this.
Oh, this
The
is
world.
Yeah, it's
adoption
only
rate
1%
is
of the
so
world.
low.
Yeah, so
And you know what? That's the opportunity, though. See?
there you go.
It's the guys that went out west that took and risked buying that buggy, you know, with the covered wagon, putting all their stuff in it, and taking their family across a pretty daggone risky Indians.
Right.
There was, storms. There was uncertainty all out in front of them.
People told you don't go. What are you
Don't
doing?
go, but you know what? Out in Oklahoma, there was some land the government was giving away. You'd be a fool not to go out there, and that's what they thought. And they went out there, and a lot of them got vast pieces of land, and then a lot of them didn't know there was oil under it at the time.
Mhm.
Then later on, they had that land, and there was oil under it.
Yeah,
They're
right.
pioneers.
Yeah.
And then if you're into cryptocurrency, you're watching this show, you're a pioneer.
Mhm.
You got to look at it like that. And there's a lot of risks. There's Indians out there. There's storms. You've got to build a shelter for your family. You got to do all the right things to make sure your coins don't get stolen. You got to have security levels.
Mhm.
You're your own bank. You're on your own out here in the
Yeah.
wilderness.
Yeah.
You've got to do some smart things.
Gotcha.
Watching this show is a smart thing. You know, we're not the smartest guys around, but we have been through this. So, the last 2 years, and 2017 and now in 2018, and we are learning more all the
Man.
time. And it's an uphill learning curve, and we can show you a few things to stay away from. We can share with you some good coins to look into.
Yeah.
We got a couple things we're going to show you today. My nephew in Atlanta, young man, has been messing with stocks.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last few years, he's done pretty good in it. He's a smart guy. And so Matthew's been messing in that stuff, and then we connected a little bit during the time his mother passed away, my brother's wife, and it just came up in conversation. He was trading in Bitcoins and Ether and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had a little exchange since then, and he was telling me about this way to work Ether. I don't want to sound stupid, but I was so involved in Bitcoin and some other altcoins that Ether wasn't really an interest to me.
Mhm.
But there's so many companies out there taking the Ether network and using it to create these contracts for specific purposes. So I'm really getting into Ether. You were much more in Ether than I was.
Yeah.
But he showed me this trading platform that is called a decentralized trading platform, and you may have already heard about it, some of our audience may, but it's called Ether Delta. And you can hook up a Chrome-based wallet to it called MetaMask, and it's got a little puppy on there that you'll see it.
Fetch.
Yeah, a little fetch. I guess they got a puppy or something, a little fox.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, little doggy's their icon, and it's MetaMask, and that is a Ethereum wallet that has the ability to carry all the Ethereum tokens, all in that one wallet with private keys, you know, and with your 12-word phrase encryption.
Right.
So it's safe, and a place where you can store those, and it hooks up with the Ledger Nano, so that you have even a greater amount of security. Yeah, and let me show you what the trading platform looks like. And the cool thing about the trading platform is different than some of the things we've been using, like Binance and Bittrex and some of the others, which have expensive, you know,
very expensive.
fees, fees attached to it. This has a lot lower fee, and you can even, if you think you're going to get the, you know, the trade on the coin, you don't have to up the gas. They call it an Ether gas instead of a fee. They call it, you have to put a little extra gas to get there quicker and make a trade. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you think there's a lot of activity in that market, you know, well, that's fine too. Just don't put as much gas in it, and you may or may not get the trade or whatever, you know, or you might get the trade later on, maybe not right away. So I'm going to show you a couple of those things I found out, and it's really, really cool. First of all, let's take a look at let me see here. Now this is the Ether Delta platform, and you know, you've got, I don't know what's taken off here. Let's see, we're sitting on top of Kin. Yeah, that's what it's doing. That's taken off. I just bought this last night, this Kin, K-I-N, and look at this. I'm so glad I did. It's taken off. It was down in here. And looky here. Oop, it went even lower, and I was getting a little scared, but now it's starting to grow. Oop, there's a whale got in there and bought a whole bunch, looks like, you know. So it's a really cool platform. This is where you do all your work. This is where you know, shows how much coin you got there and that type thing, and how much money you have in your Ether wallet, and then how much money you have in your Ether Delta wallet. You can transfer this over to here, and then you can start trading and buying different coins. And look at all the coins you can buy, guys. All the Ether coins.
That'll keep you busy.
That'll keep you busy. Do a little research on those. Look at that. So, and that's all in this one platform. Each one of these, when you hit it, it'll show the buying and selling of what, you know, these guys are selling in the red, and these guys are buying. And then you can use this little feature down here, which is a buy sell feature. Okay, and this keeps your orders, you know, what trades you're having. They don't stay there. Looks like shows where I made a purchase, and then there's some others where you made purchases and withdrawals and stuff. So it's a pretty cool little platform. And the biggest thing is this right here. Now you also have this cool little MetaMask wallet I'm talking about, and it keeps track of your coins. You can put coins in here. You can add tokens. Any of these tokens that we talked about over here, you can put them over into your MetaMask wallet and store them under a private key. So that's kind of a neat function. So that's a new trading platform that I found out about. A lot of people are using it. Some guys out there said, well, you should have known that. Well, hey guys, there's a lot to know.
But going back to what you're saying, Gary, you've increased your knowledge of
Oh, it's taken me weeks, and I called my nephew. I didn't want to, you know.
But you didn't know anything about this.
I had nothing about this until I talked to you. No, I didn't know of it.
So that's innovative, and it's still an exciting time, because that's all the kind of things that are coming up. That innovation wasn't here last year. Decentralized exchanges.
No, it wasn't. This is very new. I think it was like October, September, something like that. They started really kicking off.
So
and it started developing about a year ago.
And then really got it kicked off. There's a few others out there.
And there's going to be a few more coming out, because it's going to be highly competitive. This is highly competitive. exchange, the decentralized exchange is going to take cryptocurrency to a completely different level.
The guys that are into these exchanges, that the other thing about it is it's the decentralized. It's not going to be as easy to people to break in as
there you go.
You know what I mean? Because you got to be an ether. They can trace you.
Right.
They can trace you that way. You're not coming in off that server. I keep talking the client server thing up here. You can't attack that.
Right.
Like you can.
And governments can't come shut it down.
Oh, it's out there. It's just in the ether waves. It's in the network of all the computers that are attached. Yeah. It's a really cool deal. So hopefully look it up. There's lots of YouTube. Somebody needs to. Patrick, I'm going to challenge you. As a matter of fact, listen, folks, I'm going to challenge you. You are a very organized thinker, teacher. You've done seminars. You've done presentations. You do them all the time in your work, presentations. And most people out here on YouTube don't know how to explain anything. Like I just did, they do it about the way I just did. Okay. Take a little cursor and put it around, and but what I should probably be doing, and then to give you more of a, let me see here, I should be doing something more like, this is the platform which you can trade ether coins on. Start at the beginning with people, and
the
then this part, the left side here is this and then explain it. This side is this. And get people a full rounded understanding of what they are dealing with. And that way, I've had to watch so many videos to figure out how that MetaMask worked and how the Delta worked. And everybody either skips a function, and I go, what? He just left me completely high and dry. And then so I have to watch another one. And I'm watching. No, he didn't tell me. So I watch another one. And I'm sitting there for hours piecing together what some guy did tell and some guy didn't tell about how to set this up and do it. I'm telling you, if somebody like you who knows how to present well and went through this and did it logically, your YouTube channel would just blow up. Just on this Ether Delta understanding. So anyway, that's just a sidebar. Your challenge. Just consider yourself challenged.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate
it. Do you agree though when you watch the videos too that sometimes
they're leaving something out?
Well, the problem is that most people have a difficult time communicating, and communication is obviously everything we do in life requires communication.
It does.
But in teaching or in training, you have to take it on the premise that the person knows absolutely nothing about what it is that you're talking about. It's when we assume, based on our own level of knowledge, that other person really understands what we're talking about. That's where we start losing people.
I agree. That these guys are unbelievable. They're trying to help, bless their heart. They're trying to help because they've had a trouble maybe themselves understanding how the particular platform is arranged and how it works. But then, gosh, they lose you, and it's just so frustrating.
Well, it goes back to what we say, guys. This industry is changing so fast. It's constantly something's coming in, whether it's an ICO or another company. Like when you look at some of the companies in their roadmaps, man. Like we said, some companies are in place, others are not. They only just have a white paper. Yeah, they just got an ideal. They just got an ideal, and they've been funded. And so it's just like, man, I probably could design a car if I got $1 billion back, and I could design a car myself.
Sure.
See what I'm saying?
Because you get the right people.
There you go. So you start getting the right people behind you, things start coming into place. And that's what this whole cryptocurrency market is doing to society. It's put people on the edge where they have to start doing. Bitcoin is being demanded. The demand on Bitcoin is higher than it's ever been. The demand for Ethereum is going up. Dash, all those privacy coins, a demand is being placed on them, and it's only a 1% demand. It's only a 1% demand. So they're going to have to scale up. And sometimes scaling up is not fun and it's not easy. And sometimes it's hard. And some people say it's not going to happen because it may take longer than usual for it to actually come into fruition. So that's happening every day.
Things like that crypto kitty craze that's happening is already putting pressure on it. That's the stupidest thing I've heard.
It's putting
Look it
pressure
up.
on it.
Look it up, folks.
Yeah.
Crypto kitties. It's a crazy little deal.
Well, think about what you just said about scaling up. All of us have had frustration with CoinBase.
Right.
You know, what's the new company that you turned me
Oh,
on
you
to?
wouldn't believe
Robinhood.
Okay,
Robinhood.
tell us about Robinhood.
Well,
Just a little bit
Robinhood,
about it.
Robinhood is was an app.
I'm on-
Robinhood was
I'm
known
on the air.
for doing trade and stock, and now they got turned on to the cryptocurrency, and they said, well, we can help people buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and trade it without fees.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And quicker.
Sorry.
quicker. So that's all what we're talking about as far as innovation and competition that's coming through this. That nobody's gonna stay on the mountain for long without being challenged.
Coinbase is done. If it wasn't for Coinbase, and I know we don't like the fees, and I understand where you're coming from there, and it's slow too, and it gets jammed up. But Coinbase, if it wasn't for Coinbase, well, none of us getting in it, you know,
Right?
Because they have it there. It works. Their system works. The guy that came up with it did a wonderful job of coming up with it, and he is making so much money.
He got no
I did
competition.
a little study on that, and I can't remember the figures right now, but it was so astounding I can't even remember. I mean, the billions of dollars they're making every year right now, and that one service to the cryptocurrency industry, billions of dollars a year. So that's wonderful. So then I thought, my next thought was, well, who are the stockholders, and can you get their stock on the New York Stock Exchange or anywhere? It's pretty much privately held. It's a closely held corporation. And you know what really ticks me off? I went and signed up for a service that allows you to invest in these companies that are off the stock market. It's kind of the secondary market or something they call it. You wouldn't believe how financially set you have to be to even play in that. They wouldn't even let me in on their.
Yeah, they say stay out here.
Yeah, because I didn't have a good enough financial pedigree to play. So that's what's so exciting about cryptocurrency. Your cousin with a high school education can get into cryptocurrency,
There you go.
and with half a brain make some money.
There you go.
And no
And
financial history.
he doesn't have to have, you know,
$1
$1
million
million net worth,
Well,
and he can make a play to become $1 million
who's
net worth.
pushing? Who's stopping you to get involved in cryptocurrency? You. That's it. You're the only one that's stopping you from learning about cryptocurrency. It's not Bill Gates. It's not Warren Buffett.
It's not the government.
It's not Jamie Dimon.
Our government.
It's nobody.
You.
It's you.
It's you that are sitting on the sideline and saying, man, what's going on? Because you're hearing about it every day. You're going to hear about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency every day.
And here's one of the excuses might be, well, I haven't got the money to get into investments. All you need is $50, $20.
$50.
$50.
And you're in the game.
When you go on the MetaMask, MetaMask has got that little fox thing in the corner I showed you that you buy the coins for the Delta, Ether Delta. That when you go the default, okay, it has a connection with CoinBase, so you can go buy Ether with that.
They're making
that
it
wallet.
easy.
It has a connect to CoinBase. It's only $50. I mean, that's the default. Is $50.
$50.
In other words, you know what I bought last night? $50.
It'll cost you
Just
a couple
to tell you, folks,
Starbucks.
I don't like to tell things. You probably saw it when you saw that thing. I bought over 100,000 coins for $50 last night.
Where-
100,000 coins. Now, let me tell you where that goes, guys. If I have chosen the right coin, which I think I have, and I'm not sure, but if I have, and that company, which already has $300
$1 million already.
No, 300 million
Customers.
that
Oh,
use their app to communicate, and most of them are teenagers.
You know.
So talk about an emerging market. They're
Yeah.
going to grow up
Yeah.
and then use
Right,
this.
right.
It's a message app on a phone, and they're going to incentivize it by the more you use it, the more Kin coins you get.
Yeah.
So they're gonna pay you.
They're going to pay you to use it, much like Steam it pays people
There you
for
go.
posting things on
There
their
you go.
platform, right? So I think it's got a good little business model. So, and they got some other things they're doing too. Well, if that little sucker goes from the $50 and it's like 0.400,
If it goes to 10 cents.
and it's jumping. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It's pegging. If it goes let's say it goes to $1 in a year or two from now, I got 100,000.
There you go.
I got 105,000. I have $105,000. I have 5,000 I just have, so if I need to exchange it in an exchange, I got a little extra to do it with. But you know what I'm saying? That's pretty stinking
That's the
exciting.
insanity of
That's the
cryptocurrency.
insanity of it.
That's the
And if you
insanity
think
of it.
about it, if you bought 10 coins like that, all you need is just one.
One of them. And that's just, hey, you could
Just
be,
one.
Hey, you could be your uneducated cousin who's hardly got a high school
Oh, man,
education
we
and
do
do
crazy
this
stuff. We
and
do
roll
crazy
dice
stuff than
and
that.
become a millionaire.
We do crazy stuff than that. We do more high risk stuff than $50.
Oh yeah,
See
of
what I'm
course.
saying?
We
Of
spend
course.
our money
Yeah,
on
you know
coffee.
what I'm
Hey,
saying?
you know what?
Yeah.
I've taken guys out to lunch and spent $50 and they never bought a thing from me.
Mhm.
If I can get you
You
out
know,
of
they
casino
thank me
a
for
month.
the meal, and that's about it. And I'll see them at a meeting somewhere, and they'll say hi and smile. You know, I've spent $50
You
doing
spend,
that.
man,
Haven't
blow
you?
that, you blow that all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time, man. You blow that.
People will buy Starbucks in the course of a month
And spend that.
and spend that
Yeah.
without even thinking about it.
Every day.
Some people go to Starbucks twice a day.
I'll tell you what I do. I brew my own coffee and I use cream in it. It's better than Starbucks, I'll tell you, seriously. I mean, I don't mind. I go to Starbucks and get some coffee, but I don't like that sweet
It's
stuff.
just, man, this is
It's
just
good, and that
this is-
cream on the
yeah.
tank, it settles on the top too. doesn't it? Like old grandma talked about, yeah, the milk
man,
came with a cream on top.
I don't care what anyone says. I'm not coming out of this thing until I'm on the top.
And you know what?
Yeah.
That's pretty stinking
Yeah,
exciting.
It's exciting, man, and you're gonna see new ICOs, new companies coming about, which is exciting. That's all part of what America's about: entrepreneurship, new companies coming out. You become an investor. That's basically what you're becoming. You become an investor, and you're gonna get a return. Some of these gonna pop. So what? Others are gonna go through the roof. And like we said, last year at this time, Ethereum was $8. Today is over $1,200. I guess close to $1,200.
Yeah, over
Explain
it's over
that.
11. It's over 11.
Yeah, it's over 11. And
Well, let's take a look real quick before we're going to have to end up here pretty quick. But I just wanted to, we have some other charts to look at. This chart here is we talked about, you know, getting a. Oh, I'm not going to do this. I remember it last week. I got it all goofed up. We're just taking a look at it. This is Bitcoin. We talked about this before. How it went this way. It's landing about right where it should have. See this? This is the organic growth would end up right here. Well, we had a nice little spike. See, people made some money. Some people got in. It got crazy. It got up almost 1,900. Then it pulled back. It came up, pulled back. Now it's consolidating. This is not unusual for the cryptocurrency industry. It looks real dramatic when you look at it in a short period of time. But if you look at this and you zero down in here. You zero down in here, that's the same thing. You zero down in here, that's the same thing. You know? I'm not showing people now. I'm showing people. Okay, so the same thing. This trajectory that's going out was going to end up down here anyway. But we had a little spike, and then we had a big spike. Then it pulled back. Look at that W. You know? Look at the W. Then it come down in here. Now it's kind of consolidating. It did that after every one of these before it took off again. It consolidated in here, then it took off. Consolidated, took off. We're not done with the growth of Bitcoin, folks.
Oh no, we're not even close.
Not even close.
No way.
You know, there's Ethereum today. This is since just in the days. See how this goes? People are making money between this right here.
Know it, man.
Going up and down. Make
Yeah,
money and
people
going
are
down.
making money right here.
Now,
They're
see-
selling here, holding it in tether, backing off, and they're moving $100,000 and making $5,000 in that move.
But that's a whole nother world, Gary, Carl, and Pat.
Yeah.
In the stock market, people make money when it goes up and when it goes down.
And sideways.
And
You
sideways.
stay
The
within
three
the
ways,
pack.
the three things that we were talking about before. The market only does three things. It goes up, it goes down, it goes sideways. It goes sideways, it goes up, it goes down, it goes down, it
Yeah.
goes up, it goes sideways. That's it.
That's it.
There's just,
Mhm.
it's really simpler than people make it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that
Much simpler.
complicated.
So, what can we leave the folks with today that have tuned in? We are all excited, of course. I think I just got through about 4 weeks of really getting all my P's and Q's together. You know, getting dotting my I's and crossing my T's, and I've got a graph now. I've got a Excel file with where my coins are, what they're doing. I felt I had to do that first. Before I took advantage of some of the, everything's on sale right now, guys. It's gonna
Yeah.
take off here in the next
Yeah.
week or so. But everything's on sale, so go out and get some good coins. But I felt I had to just consolidate myself a little bit.
Prepare for the storm.
Prepare for the storm, because you don't wanna be, where's this coin and where's that
Yeah.
wallet? And, cause
Yeah.
it's kind of fragmented in how many wallets you can get involved with and where you can put your cryptos and what cryptos, you know, it gets kinda, it takes a little bit of study. So anyway, I got it laying out in a Excel file. I feel good. I've got my Nano. I got some stuff locked up so that people can't steal it from you because you're your own bank. And now I can feel comfortable in going forward with purchasing some of these opportunities out here and doing some studying. So what they need to do, what's a good thing? That's what I want to leave you. Get your act together. That's what I want to tell
Prepare.
you. You know, get your act together.
Yeah.
The other thing is when you choose a coin, what might be?
Some coins to choose?
Yeah, what is the kind of thing you're looking for? Maybe we can leave them with that.
Well, I think one of the guys that we talked about before, you know, one of the realities, don't put any money in the cryptocurrency market that you fear that you can't lose.
Yeah.
So that keeps the stress and the frustration at a minimum.
The
because-
emotions out.
Yeah, it takes the emotions out of
Yeah.
it, because remember, the cryptocurrency market is just like the stock market in terms of its pattern. It goes up, it goes down, and it goes sideways. Every day you're not gonna earn $1,000. You're not gonna earn $1,000 every day. We in this for the long haul. Some of these companies are in their infancy. A year from now, 2 years from now, you won't be able to recognize them. And hopefully we won't be able to recognize you 2 years from now, because you're gonna take the advice that we're giving you, you're gonna start studying, you're gonna start looking at some of these projects and some of these coins, and you're gonna put in your $10, you're gonna put in your $15, you're gonna put in your $100, and you're gonna watch it and you're gonna let it go. You're not gonna get emotional about it. You say, I'm looking a year from now. Some of these coins you may have to say, I'm not gonna look at this coin for another year. Let's see what happens.
Lock it up in the wallet.
Lock it up.
In the wallet.
And let
Put
it
it
go.
on your Nano or your Treasure.
And let it go. It says, it's gonna do something. This cryptocurrency, I know governments are trying to fight it because they're losing control. And when people lose control, they get desperate and they try anything they can to put you back in the box. And that's basically what this is. It's
And you
trying to
know,
keep you out.
cryptocurrency, I know we're running out of time, but cryptocurrency is, it threatens not only the banks, but it also threatens the government.
It's a disruptor.
It's a disruptor. You know, let me tell you exactly, I got to thinking about this because I was, you know, I'm writing a book, you know, I'm writing a book about
Right.
cryptocurrency. And I was expressing myself in this book about the disruptions that cryptocurrency is gonna do. And I got to thinking, you know, even government itself, it's been something to trust in.
Right.
That they're going to make sure everybody plays fair, you know, and they're gonna have regulations, and they're gonna have, you know, all that kind of stuff in place so that we can drive down the highway and have rules, you know, that's what government
We're
does.
looking out for you.
Yeah, they were looking out for you. So, that's kind of the concept of government and why you even have it. You know, we kind of consolidate together and we hire some people to kind of watch over things. So, but the regulatory functions
Mm-hmm.
of the government are even threatened. The bureaucrats are threatened. Because you know that $500 hammer you hear about? With you, when you put the supply chain in place in government,
You know where it starts? started and where it ended.
And
Who
there's no
did it,
five,
when,
and
when,
when a
where, and how.
when a $500 hammer hits that ledger,
Mhm.
bells and
Ooh.
whistles are gonna go
Right.
off. That ain't gonna fly
There
anymore.
you go.
That tucking invoices and shading things is not, it completely turns that whole process of a supply line completely transparent and honest. That's what the blockchain
It
does.
balances the scales.
So,
There's no
They're-
more,
they're
what
regu-
they call it,
Quagmire.
easing, what they call it, with
Quantitative
quantitative easing.
easing what?
Easing what? So things like that is going to be replaced with blockchain policies and procedures that will actually cause us not to have as much worry about regulation.
Oh, keep everybody honest.
It keep everybody honest on the blockchain.
There you go.
It'll all confirm through the algorithm.
Instant, immediately.
And it'll do it like that, so nobody can be doing any shifty stuff.
Mhm.
So it's gonna really reduce the size of government. So the government feels a little threatened by that. That
It's
that
revolutionary.
bureaucrat that used to look through
Yep,
the
it's
things and have a
revolutionary.
job to try to keep things honest,
It's
his
not
job's gonna be gone.
It's revolutionary.
He's gonna have to go make something or invent something like the rest of us.
He's gonna have to do some cryptocurrency. That's what he's gonna have to do.
He's gonna have to go buy into some cryptocurrency. This poor
He's gonna have to do the
bureaucrat.
right thing. That's what he's gonna have to do.
Yeah,
but
people are going to just start telling their kids, "Nah, government's not a good thing to get into. It's going downhill."
yeah, that's what it is.
And the
because
problem is, it's been going up too high. Too much government involvement and
We've
everything.
given them too
Yeah.
much leeway to do things. And we saw certain videos. We said Barack Obama says we can't have everybody around here like a Swiss bank.
Hey, yeah, you can't be a
You
Swiss
can't,
bank.
you can't be handling things on your own. We don't want you thinking completely on your own. We want you to come to us. And that's what I always explain. I said, why do the police come into your community? They only come into your community because you're out of control. If you're not out of control, they don't show
They'll
up.
put their resources somewhere else.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
That's basically.
Well, guys, we've talked about a lot of stuff today,
Okay.
and I'm going to challenge you before we leave, Pat. We need to get your organized thinking into some tutorials about some of this stuff, and then we'll have the crypto crew, seminars, so that we can actually have online, how to get in the Ethereum wallet, how to do this and how to do that.
Step one, step two.
Step two, and we just draw it out. We'll write out a script, and we'll keep with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so that's the way it goes. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Have a
Tune
great
in
week.
next week. Have a great week.
Bitcoin.
Hey, you know what I'm going to
cryptocurrency.
do, guys? I'm going to go out, and you got to be quiet. I'm going to go out with our open. So here we go.